Yo, what's up, Aaron, and what's up, Ash? I'm kind of tired today. I'm not gonna lie, guys. What's up, David? Kind of tired. I'm not gonna hold you boys and girls if there's any in here, which I doubt. Vibes are kind of low, but I feel like I have to stream anyway. No face cam, and I'm kind of tired, bro. Maybe later if I feel like it. My game's doing this thing where it's like every time I shut down my computer, it's like dead. It's like dead. So I just have to wait for it to like lock in real quick. Hold on. So savage. I'm so happy. No cam. Alright. Why are we rage baiting? Instantly, bro. Instant rage bait. How can I join the guild, bro? This is not your first stream, bro. Let me have that. Thank you. Two Devonstrels? Yeah, and 2 isn't even enough, bro. I need 3. 3 is meta. Three is meta. 4 is like if you do another type of mining. 4 would be like if I did coal. And then 5 is kind of ridiculous. 5 would be like if I did obby. But 5 is ridiculous. What's up, Crash? 5 is too much. Buy one more on stream? Nah, bro. I'm buying the racing helmet first. 6, otherwise you're early game. I don't know about all that. 10? Okay, now we're rage baiting. Thank you for hiding your face. But I'm not hiding my face. I'm just tired and I don't feel like interacting. If I ever do like a super active stream the day after, I just feel so fucking tired. Like yesterday's stream took a lot. I don't know why. It just happens to me sometimes. I'm gonna need to optimize that route more probably. New route? I mean, not really. Cookie buff gonna run out? True. I'll do it in a little bit. Yeah, I'll probably buy one after this actually. I could probably buy this one. Deadass. Like right now. Loki could buy it right now. For the video. I don't know. I don't really feel like posting a video today. That might be like a Saturday thing. Saturday. And then tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll definitely have enough money. Like for sure. Are you mining gemstones? You need to mine mithril. Okay, so we don't know how to play the game. But that's alright. Bro, read a guide. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I hope you're rage baiting right now. I really do. Don't care about video. I love your stream without cam. Bro, what? Yachty said so. Bro, Yachty is ass. This gotta be the worst rage bait I've ever read in my entire life. Bro thinks he's spiking my cortisol. He's higher net worth than you, but that's alright, because net worth is everything. This is worse than Squid Kid rage bait. He's live? I do be live. Will you release the pack at 10k? Sure, I guess. You're a 5 bill net worth loser. Okay, that's just not even true. Whoa, holy fuck. Dude, you need to change your proxy if you can't connect. This has got to be the worst rage bait of all time. Like, actually the worst rage bait I've ever seen. You don't know anything, but that's alright. How are you? I'm doing okay. I changed my proxy, like, whatever your address is that you're using to join the server, like, change it. Like, if you have mc.hypixel, change it to, like, eu.hypixel or whatever. Like, change it to a different one. You're actually dumb. Okay. And? You spawn faster with Mithril. Bro, you are so fucking stupid. Oh my god. This is the worst rage bait of all time. What'd you eat today? This morning I had a protein bar and I got out. I had 2 Rice Krispies. I wanted to try a new coffee shop. Got a bagel and a coffee. And after my workout, I did cardio, and then I had one of those legendary protein Pop-Tarts. And then I had a pound of ground bison and 3 rice cakes. And that's what I've been doing. Have you ever been in love? It was more of a crush rather than love, but I don't think I've genuinely been in love before. He knows more. Okay, you're just obviously baiting at this point. Had a crush too. Yeah, I've had a crush, but I don't think I've ever been in love with a girl. I don't think that's ever happened. What is this guy doing? I think he's a Polynex cheater. Bro, your rage bait is just getting annoying, bro. Lock in. No one finds it funny. I'll send you around. Bara. Proxy do I use? You can use mc.hypixel.net. You could use, I mean, I use NA, but you could probably use EU. I don't know if there's like Asia one or a Africa one. Try them all says I can't connect. You might be IP banned or something like that. If you like using a VPN, or I think I've heard some other people get IP banned from the server. I don't know. I don't really know how true that is. I'm not using a VPN. I don't know, bro. I've never had that issue. Yeah, make sure you're turning off a VPN if you have one. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. The corpse farming all of a sudden? I don't know. I'm just preparing myself for when I get racing helmet. Because low-key, I'm just gonna spawn with racing helmet in the... Actually, I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Because you don't even really need... You don't need to use a helmet to spawn. I know face cam. I'm kind of tired. I don't really have a lot... I don't feel like putting in a lot of effort this stream, I'm gonna be honest. So it's just kind of old ZJ2 lore right now. Mostly prepping for Frostbitten die. I mean, if it happens, it happens. That'd be awesome. Can you just use Black Cat? Yeah, but the cold res though. Hello? That was weird. Oh, the server's just laggy. But with like obby, yeah, but I'm not like talking about obby. I'm talking about fuck. What was I talking about? I don't even remember. You show your Heart of the Mountain Tree. My Heart of the Mountain Tree is not meta, so I'm not gonna show it. The meta one is the same one you would use in the guide I put in my video for Mithril. It's literally nothing's changed. So you're paying like 40. I don't have my folder open. Unlucky. Forgot to kill those guys somehow. I don't know how I missed them. I think this is a, what's it called as well? Fuck. Pickaxe ability reduction. Probably make a good amount of money here. Yeah, bro, I don't know. You're gonna have to look up something on the forums. I'm sure somebody has experienced a similar issue. 1 pristine per 250 mil gemstone collection, because it would just get easier and easier as you mine just raw gemstones. So like, let's say I just did straight up just mined like ruby. I would eventually just get to a point where I have like 9 bill ruby collection, and I would just make like so much money. Yes, the profits would not matter at that point. Eyes are blessed today, but alright. I would be able to get up to like, as soon as you get to like 19 pristine, like you outside of a mine shaft, you'd just be cooking, bro. You would be getting like so much collection per hour anyway, so it just wouldn't even matter. You would just you would dead ass, all you would do is just mine ruby for eternity, and then I mean you would just get 100 pristine at some point. And then you would just crash every market imaginable. He made good content. I'm aware my content is not the best. It's okay. That is not rage bait to me. How much Ruby makes? Well, we're talking hypothetically here. Ruby right now probably only makes like 40 mil an hour. Why do you need racing helmet for aura, really? That's pretty much it. Goated content? I think low effort describes my content very well. Not that low effort means bad, it's just low effort. It's not amazing by any chance, but I don't know. my content has been running dry because I don't have anything to post. Next video will be the racing helmet video. Then I'll probably do the Hypermax mining setup video, I guess. Get one more Devons. I'm gonna get one more Devons. I just want the racing helmet first. Getting the third Devons drill would actually be worse than buying the racing helmet for my in terms of like rates. Because by looting the corpses faster, I would be making more money than spawning with gemstones. If anything, buying another pendant would be worth it more than a third Devon drill. I use my hotspot, it works. It might be your internet provider then, I don't know. You seen the new Skatha skin? What new Skatha skin? I'm so tired, bro, me too. I actually passed out. Ultimate Skin Gummy Bear. What? Is it cool looking? In the new fire sale. Well, I can't make content out of fire sales. Missed the stop, bro. It sucks. Pretty clean, yeah. I guess I could make like a short, but I feel like if I do that, I would be stooping to the level of like the shitters. So I don't think I'm going to. My shorts are just going to be either stupid moments or like actual mining related shorts that aren't enough to be put in a video. Leave that to Sunx? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, you have the ugliest armor on your, or dye on your armor because somebody paid me IRL money to do it. Like, my gear in Skyblock literally means nothing to me. If you would pay me coins, I would, or pay me IRL cash, like, I will put whatever shit ugly dye you want on it. I'm not gonna void it though. I'm not gonna buy the skin. I have pet skins off. I think pet skins are the stupidest fucking thing in the game. The only point I see in pet skins is investing. Why? Like, everybody has that shit off. The only skins that are good are the ones that are on armor because you actually see them. Pet skins are actually branded. I'm sorry, that's shit stupid. Nobody plays with pets on. And if you do, why? There's like, that's just an active hitbox just sitting in your fucking face. Like, what? Why would you be using them? Poop dye? Poop dye is the most aura in my opinion. Anyway, I'm not gonna change it because everything's too expensive. Pet skins are only useful for G-Drags? I mean, I guess, but even then you could just like read. It's like, why public school? Like, just read the pet item. Really bad Jasper shaft that I'm doing right now. Honestly, kind of. Actually, it's my efficiency is only really low because of the mining speed or mining ability cooldown reduction. Because mining, if you didn't know, mining ability cooldown like actually fucks your efficiency so much because your spam, like, the ability just nukes your efficiency for some reason. I guess because you could be more efficient by mining, but I don't know. Dung dye, best dye. I don't even know what the dung dye looks like, and I don't want to know, honestly. That shit is probably ass. Really unlucky. Yeah, Jasper is hard to come by. Hey, don't do that. Looks good on Necron, I guess. I don't know what it looks like. I think they could do something interesting with dyes, but I think it's too late. Like, they could have added, like, I don't know what the best word would be to describe it. It would be like an attribute. Yeah, you can mine on 300 ping, you just can't do anything that's like ping related, like coal or hardstone or anything like that. Doesn't look like coal? Yeah, I know. It does not look like coal. I don't know. Didn't feel like doing coal today. It's a sign from HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK himself for you not to play HYPIXEL today. Trust. Thoughts on backpack skins? Bro. No. I don't know. Like, that's all I have to say. My face cam, I'm honestly kind of drained right now, like mentally, physically. Don't really feel like trying to like have the face cam on. Got hard on 10, I can barely make 7 mil per hour with mineshaft mining. Because you're looting corpses. You're not gonna make money immediately. Just make enough money to get your setup decent. Do a specific money making method, whether that be coal, shaft mining, Jasper grottos, until you make enough money to get a better setup. Continuously upgrade your setup until you have like a max setup, and eventually you'll make money. Can I find the drill AOTV overlay? They're somewhere in my Discord, like in general. Like I posted them a long time ago, but like I don't have it posted as a texture pack. I'll probably make some more custom assets for 10k, and then I'll just make like, the thing is with releasing this pack is it's not mine. Like I pretty much took all the assets. It's somebody else's pack. I don't want to like release it saying it's mine. All I did was just change the colors. Seems kind of unauthentic. Pending a disappointing upgrade? What do you mine? Other than shafts, don't make much money with micro. Yeah, just do coal. If you have high ping, just keep shaft mining, bro. Like eventually you'll upgrade your setup. It might just take a long time. Just optimize what you're doing. Like level a bunch of pets, level pets really. Leveling pets is a saving grace for early game shaft mining. Make sure you're using your forge. Like forge should always be filled with something. I just don't do it because I don't fucking care. Is Pendant a worthwhile upgrade? Depends. What are you doing? As I said earlier. Where's the GUI from the pack from? I don't know. I mean, the pack is from it's called Riviera by Kina. You're doing coal. It's a pretty big upgrade. Yeah, it'd probably help you a lot. It's a lot of fortune. Fortune is always good. Which pet? Any suggestions? Whatever makes you the most money, bro. Like, just do the math. Like, math it out. What's gonna make you a lot of money? And then pick that, put a mining XP boost on it, and then start mining. How do you spell it? How do you spell what? Where's Cam? Cam's off because I'm kind of tired, and I don't know if I look the best. I'm just insecure. Not really. I just don't want to have the cam on right now. Maybe I'll turn it on later. Self-interest bad. Backy said, oh, Riviera, Riveria, and Keno is the person who made it, Keno. I only loot lapis in shafts. well, if you only loot lapis corpses, you're only gonna make the money from the lapis corpses. I suggest you just use my route and, like, loot lapis corpses. Even though you're not making a lot of money, like, you still make some money. Just use any 3 of my routes, and you'll still make money, regardless of your gear. Maybe it won't be a lot, but you're making money from glaciite and the gems, so, like, it's still gonna be worth it. Don't just, like, leech other people's parties to get lapis corpses. Like, obviously you're not gonna make money that way. Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. But you haven't gone in-depth enough for me to understand. You're always beautiful, thank you. But like I said, I'm just kind of tired. That's the main reason. End stream? I just started 25 minutes ago. We gotta at least go an hour and a half. That's only like 320, I think. I did pretty bad. Might not even be that. Nope, 329. Actually didn't do too bad, I guess. But it was a mining speed buff, so like I should have done way better. Top 10 worst streams, and yet we're still here. Okay, so for my new route, here, once you mine this out of pity, I mean, if you're still here, but I don't like going from here to here. Like, I don't like this vein very much. I'm trying to figure it out. Because from here, you really can't go anywhere. Maybe if you just, like... I don't like that either. Because you're mining from right here. No, it doesn't do anything either. That's fine. Every time I go into limbo and then I rejoin the community shop, it shows me the NPC dialogue for the women, gives me 75 gems every time. Really? Why are you saying that in my chat? You could sell that as like a dupe for like 5,000 US. I don't know. That was a joke. I don't know why you would need mineral armor in here when literally nothing can be, like, you can't use mineral armor on anything in here. Besides Hearthstone. Bro, he's taking my gemstones. What the fuck? Also, new Skatha skin. Somebody was just saying something about it. Like I said, I don't really care for pet skins. I think they're a waste of money. But if you enjoy pet skins, good for you. I'm proud. I just think pet skins are a waste of money. Like, why are you paying for something that literally you can't even see? Elite Hearthstone method. I don't know about all that. I'm face cam. Yeah, I'm tired. I feel right now. I kind of feel like when you're like, let's say you're like happily married, and like your partner like asks you to have sex. I feel like most women when they like don't want to have sex, right? That's kind of how I feel. Is that a W comparison, chat? Here, I'll look at the skin while we wait. Go to sleep? Nah, I have to stream. Can you shut the fuck up and let me see? Oh yeah, Elizabeth did give me 75 gems. It is kind of cool, but like I said, I would never use it. I have no use for it. Like, it's very nice. If it was like a helmet skin, I would buy it. Like, if that was a Devon skin, I would buy that instantly. My bling bling add-on set, like, you don't need my bling bling add-on settings unless you're hyper maxed. The only time you would need them is if you had the exact same stats as me, especially for like the efficiency tracker and stuff, unless you mean something else. The only thing I use bling bling for is the efficiency tracker. How do you highlight the blocks? Odin. I don't think Bling Bling has a block overlay, and if it does, then I don't use it. You show the route if one Pico is taken, you just move on to the next Pico. That's all you do. And if there's no other Pico, you leave the lobby and join a new one. First, if the first Pico's taken, I just leave the lobby. Straight up. Where's face cam? I'm just kind of tired right now, honestly. I don't really... I don't know why. I just ate. I tried to drink a cup of coffee because I was tired, and I still feel tired. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why. It's kind of just a ask questions kind of day. Just like if new chatters come in and want like to know what to do, I'm just gonna be kind of here in the background. If I have some insightful commentary, I'll say something, I guess. That's still a pity, I guess. Somehow. Honestly, it's more effective because mining Ruby is great and all, but the thing is you make less money from Ruby. Ruby's more fun in my opinion. If you want like fun factor shaft mining, Ruby is like the most fun, but you make less money. You should be doing it Jade. You should really be doing Amethyst and Amber if you can. Your hair is Ruby. That is not true. I would say my hair is more Amber. But sure. Leave Ruby for Iron Man, I guess. I mean, if Ruby was meta, I would be doing it for sure. Like, if all of these veins that were here were Ruby, like if they had actual Ruby veins in the tunnels, I'd be doing it for sure. But they don't. You can't like make a Ruby route specifically. Like I can do a whole Jade route for tunnels, or I could do a whole Sapphire route or a whole Amber route. There's no specific like Ruby just sticking out of the walls. It's all in the little tunnel. Gooning was meta? How would Gooning be meta in HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK? Face cam, just don't feel like it today. I have some of those days, so just don't feel like doing something. Supposed to be meta in Skyblock? Look, it's not meta in real life, it's not meta in Skyblock. What's the point in doing it? Skyblock is the ultimate importance. Just kidding, not really. Skyblock is a better sport, to be honest. Well, I bet like if you drop an RNG, your heart rate probably goes like crazy up, right? Why do we mine gemstones? Because it's better. Better than Mithril. The only reason Mithril was good because of spawn times, and Gemstones has faster spawn times, so there's no reason to do Mithril. Gemstones is literally 10 times better than Mithril, because it makes way more money, and it's faster spawns. There's zero reason not to do Gemstone. If you do anything else, you're wrong. Unless you do Umber, then that's a different thing. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Umber is better at all either. So, I think there's just no reason not to do Gemstones. Gemstones is just superior to everything, in my opinion. Because Umber is just so reliant on the fact of like Umber shafts and stuff. When like you could be in a Jasper, there's no point in like actually like relying on Umber, in my opinion. It's just wasted potential profit. Yeah, I mean, the one thing is if you do Umber shafts, you're complacent. Like, you're complacent and you're consistent. It's like one of those methods where it's like, you will be guaranteed to make this amount of money. I don't know what the fuck happened here. You will make this amount of money, and this is what you're gonna get. But if you do Jasper, it's like, shit, I could make 40 mil, or I could make 90. Like, I mean, you're kind of right, but the thing is, a person who does gemstones is guaranteed to make 40 mil an hour with a chance of making way more. And if you do Umber, you're less likely of getting a Jasper shaft. Like, you're pretty much 2 times less likely to get a Jasper shaft if you do Umber. Because I see double the amount of shaft spawns than you do. Maybe even 2.3 times the amount of shaft spawns than you do in an hour. So I have like 2.3x your spawns, which means I'm seeing more shafts, which could potentially be a Jasper. But technically, you are right. If you are only mining Umber, you like give yourself the chance to make that specific amount of money. Like, I'm going to make 60 mil an hour from Umber, and I could make 80 if I get a Jasper. Or you could do like what I'm doing, and it's like I could get 40 mil, or I could get like 100. Like, yes, 100 is super RNG, but like 100 is like you're in a shaft, Jasper shaft, like the whole time. But you know that could happen theoretically. There is chances of that to happen. Yeah, bro, that's just what happens. You could make a shit ton of money, you could not. Literally as simple as that. Why do you remind Ruby? I haven't even mined Ruby this stream, but technically Ruby is better. Ruby would be better if there was more Ruby in the tunnels, which there's not, so it's not better. But there's not enough Ruby to the point where you can like pity into Picos anyway, so literally doing whatever gemstone is the most expensive is meta. All gemstones are meta. Whatever is the most expensive is really the meta though. I need to get a rune sack. I have the bits for it, but I just haven't done it. You mine the Umber shafts outright? Yeah. The thing is, it only takes like 4 or 5 minutes to mine a whole Umber shaft. So basically, let's say you spawn an Umber shaft, so it takes you 2 minutes-ish, 2 minutes 30 seconds-ish to spawn an Umber shaft, and then you get in there, you spend 5 minutes. That's already like most of your time for that hour is you just mining that Umber. And I would say you probably mine out like at least 4 Umber shafts in an hour if you're Umber spawning. So that's already like what, 28 minutes out of your, it's 28 minutes purely mining Umber in shaft, or like to spawn and get a shaft, and then like another probably 15 minutes of just spawning with Umber, and the rest are just shafts that you could get potentially. So the bed does look bad. Actually the bed doesn't look too bad, but I gotta do laundry today. Another Jasper. That's second Jasper for today. Low-key, I did really bad with like my Jasper shafts yesterday, so kind of deserve it. I think I only got like 1 yesterday, like or Jasper profits were at an all-time low. Oh my god, tungsten key, I'm rich. What was my buff? I don't even remember what my buff was. Fossil dust, that's useless, don't worry about it. Did I run out of this? Nope. I don't know how that didn't break. I think the server might have lagged. I'm trolling. How unprofitable. Okay, so a campfire is 2 mil, and it allows you to stay in for another 50 cold. and the tungsten key allows you to stay in for like no cold for a 1 pristine. The extra pristine might make you 1.5 mil, maybe 2. It's not worth it in any world, in my opinion. If you get the tungsten keys from lapis corpses and you have them for free, maybe it'd be worth. Other than that, I don't know. No, HSM remembers. You don't have to return it on. It like remembers. It's just like every other mod config. Like it's just gonna remember. I don't know why standing still makes the efficiency go up so much. I feel like moving doesn't really affect anything with like gemstones. Maybe I'm wrong. But like when I move in a Jasper, I lose like 10% efficiency. Right now I have 80%. Or I have 78, 79, 79.15. But like if I move even a little bit, it'll drop like 1%. I don't know why. Like when I mean like move, I mean move while I'm mining. Like if I stand still, like my efficiency goes through the roof. Maybe I'm just like stupid. But like I've never had this high efficiency in my life. I have 81%. Like why do I have 81%? Just because I'm standing fucking still? That doesn't make sense. Like I'm not mining any more efficient. Seems kind of silly to me. Any miners in chat? No. I think chat's dead today. That's fine. I'm also dead, so I can't really say anything. Server decided to shit itself. Cacao, no. There should be an item that like auto applies buffs in your inventory. Like you click it once. You click it one time and it just like applies every buff in your inventory. Give me a creative mind right now. Mining like coal depends on your ping and everything, but like if you're Korean, you're making 110 mil an hour right now. That's if you're Korean. If you're like a normal person, you're probably making like maybe 90 mil an hour with like good ping, maybe 100. Not the right item. I didn't even need the other item at all, but I still wanted it. I have 150 to 200. You'd make like 30 mil an hour. Okay, that's a lie, but you'd make like 60. Maybe less, maybe 50. Ping really matters. It's up to you. Coal is the only thing where ping truly matters. And if you're going off of that, then sludge, technically. Please answer. I wouldn't know. I don't have a cat. I don't have a girlfriend. Or a boyfriend. How much will I make if I do the thing I'm doing. Well, gemstones is more ping friendly, so you'd probably make like way better money. You'd probably make like still 60 to 70 mil an hour unironically if you do this method with like good gear. I think I've had mining speed buff for SkyMall like the last 5 times. No lie. $60 mil from coal is still a lot. Yeah, I guess. I mean, try it out. The thing is, everybody experiences different things with coal. So when I say that, I mean like Taz, who has like really high ping but still does good coal numbers. Like it all depends on like your skill level and everything. So you might be able to get more and you might get less. It really just depends. Taz doesn't have high ping. Okay, like 90 is still high for coal. 90 getting those numbers for coal is still pretty insane. I forget that Europeans think that anything. He's on 40. Bro, was he just lying to my face? Okay, well 40 is good. Whatever. Yeah, 40 is good for coal. That's crazy. Bro said he was on 90. But that's alright. He over-exaggerates it because green has 10. Okay. All mining gear is expensive. Honestly, bare minimum mining gear is not that bad. 5 bill is not terrible, bro. People think 5 bill is a lot. But 5 bill is like what? Not that much. It's like 50 hours of gameplay. If that. It's not even a lot. EU 90 ping? Are you like using some tech? Or do you know some stuff to get better ping? No. Where do you live? You live in one of the closer countries, I think, right? That's probably why. London. Really? Like East London? I have a coal guide, but I wouldn't watch it. I think you should like watch. I would say go and mining coal and read the coal guide, but Korean took it down. I use 1.8. I plan on making a 1.21 mod guide eventually. I need to talk to some people about mods. I mean, I pretty much have all of them in my brain, but just to be sure. Don't. Everybody was asking for it. Like, I feel like people didn't want the 1.8.9 method video. I mean, I think people should have wanted it more than a 1.21. You recommend on mine at 110, like Jasper Grotto. Hopefully another banger video. I mean, it would be a boring video. It's a mining guide. It's like a mining tutorial for mods. Like, that's so boring. My favorite videos to make is either when new content drops or I have something to yap about. But like the thing is, not everybody likes that kind of content, so it's whatever. The videos I do that I like sometimes do good, but most of the time do pretty bad. It just depends on how like the video is recommended. Like the alpha server video I made, I was super passionate about, but you know, people didn't really agree with that. Or if they did, like, YouTube just did not, like, bring that video out very well. Or, like, the progression guide, or the, talking about early progression in mining, that one did, like, that was a clusterfuck. I don't know what happened with the YouTube there. Like, I feel like that was a pretty normal video to get, like, a pretty normal amount of views. Like, I don't know why that got, like, less than 1,000 views. That was pretty weird. Like I said, it's so bad I didn't even watch it. Okay. Yeah, bro, I don't really know about all of that. I didn't really care for a whole of that drama. None of the mayors like matter to me at all. I guess so. I mean, but like you gotta think, it was for like. Yeah, I guess I can't really pull off that kind of content. I need to probably stop moving on. I don't think people like complain content unless it's mining, unless it actually affects people. Like complain content that like affects people is like the best. Yeah, I saw the skate this game. I don't give a fuck. It just doesn't matter. Pet skins are useless. I don't care, bro. Pet skins are literally the most useless thing in the game. Like, if it was like a Devon skin, I would have bought it. I'm surprised nobody's made a video about cocooning. Like, if that was my niche, I would have definitely made a video about that. Unless Fire did, but I don't think Fire did because he was fucking banned. I think Fire's still banned. Got smited. So with cocooning, it just doesn't work. Allegedly. Like everything in this game. It reduces FPS and TPS, I don't know about that. That was a glitch? I mean, yeah, it's not working because it's a glitch. That's what I'm trying to say. I guess I didn't really point that across very well. Face camless? Yeah, bro, I'm kind of tired. I might turn it on for the last half of the stream, though. We'll see how I look. When you stop mining, maybe when I get a girlfriend and a full-time job. Probably. They know what cocooning is, they just didn't know it was bugged. Or if they did know it was bugged. Or they thought I meant to say it was intentional. What's up, Piggy? This shaft was me trying to see if standing still makes me more money. I don't really know. It makes my numbers go up. My efficiency numbers are very sexy looking. Like, who has 71 in this at this point of the shaft? Usually, no one. But would be your second option? I'd be mining coal right now. I have gotten farther, so maybe standing still is the meta. So much inspiration happening in Hypixel. I don't know about that. I didn't really care for the wardrobe slots. That's like normal. If you had 150 ping, what would you mine? I would literally be doing the same thing. If anything, this would have been their chance to introduce equipment wardrobe slots. It's like prime time chance, especially with this update. Why is this server so bugged? Stack price check? Oh, I'll show you guys in a second. I guess I'll show you now. We made like 62 mil this stream, allegedly. Which is not bad for what I've made. I mean, it's been less than an hour. I've made 62 mil. That's pretty nice. Oh my god. Nah! I see how it is. I see how it is. Yeah. You fucker. Wait, I still got it. It's fine. How much do you make per Jasper shift? What is Jasper prices right now? Here, I can just tell you. In that one lapis, I made 22.8 mil. Stanny still has a slight efficiency boost as you're not accidentally missing a block or something and locked in on the blocks. I don't know about that. I feel like I'm just as locked in, but like locked in, I don't know. Allegedly, it's more efficient, so I guess I'll just do it. Those who were there for the Duralius Squid Kid argument, bro, that shit was so brain dead. I've never seen such a more brain dead take in my entire life. I genuinely think Squid Kid is like an emotional like manipulator loser. Like that was such a weird thing to be a part of. What was it? Basically, Squid Kid came into Duralius's chat, was having some questionable takes, which is fine. It's okay. It's okay to have questionable takes. Like, I'm completely okay with that. But as soon as, like, Duralius started arguing back, he would just say, that's not quite what I meant. I actually meant this, and it seems that you're twisting my words. And he did that for literally every argument. It was so childish and boring. Genuinely, like, level 1 manipulator status. And it was literally the most boring thing of all time. And made me lose so much respect for him as a person, which I already had zero respect for him because he's an Iron Man player who like thinks he's the best at everything he does. But I just like holy aura loss. It was so boring. It's not that bad, bro. You don't know. You weren't there. You just said that. It was just childish, and from a full, I think you misunderstood what he meant exactly. This is what Squid Kid was doing. L rage bit, and then Duralius was getting pissed, bro. He was getting pissed, rightfully so, because considering Squid Kid is somebody who is a large influence in HYPIXEL Skyblock, like taking that inside of a random YouTube chat is so crazy. Inside of a YouTube chat, not private DMs, being weird like that is ultimate like cringe. Yeah, Duralius kind of took that out of perspective. He didn't understand what Squid was saying. But the way that Squid, like, was talking, you're twisting his words. About right. He's fat. What do you expect? Is he fat? When did this happen? Yesterday. Was it rage bait? I think he was rage baiting. I'm being serious. I think he was rage baiting a little bit. But I think there's some truth to what he was talking about. Stop misinterpreting what he said, Toast. You are exactly like him. It's awesome, but you're a little bit better than him. Sadly. Not what he meant, exactly. It's just like level 1 manipulator status. It kind of cringe. Basically, his argument was that we didn't get content for 5 years because they were too busy working on the 1.21 like backend change, and he failed to understand the logic in the fact that we would get more content from the backend change because there's more content in 1.21. So his argument was like, I didn't get content for instant gratification. I didn't get instant gratification, therefore I am having a bad time, therefore this game is bad, therefore this update does nothing for me. That's pretty much what he was talking about. What the fuck? It's not what he meant, for real. That's literally verbatim what he was trying to say, from my understanding, but he's not wrong, though. But you don't understand the bigger picture, though. Yeah, I think the servers are dying a little bit. That's literally exactly what he said. That is literally verbatim what he was trying to say. Yeah, servers are not doing too well. Yep, still suck. Came out like 5 months ago. We've had no updates since then. That's honestly outrage bit. We've had Diana V2. We had there's been a couple updates. There's been at least 3 or 4. Right? I mean, they might not have been large updates, but the main reason their Diana V2 was recent. What was the one update with like the Maniac Miner? I don't even remember. Diana's boring? I mean, it just depends. Like, I can say Diana's boring because I only like mining, and most of my chat only likes mining, right? So, like, me saying that means nothing. Right? Try out the texture powder? I did. But I just showered and my hair looks like shit, and I'm tired and I look like shit, so. I don't know. I don't feel like using the face cam. Look. What do you think? It works pretty well. I have shots, but I want to know, should I get 655? Yeah, don't ever buy Zaro armor unless you're going to use it for Magic Find. We know you're lying. Okay, bro. People are jealous I got Diana's number. Yeah, I've been had Diana's number. That's all I'll say. Alright, we're back. Hello, Sam. Oh, it's gone again. Should I get only drill, or you need both of it? You just need to get both of it. Yeah, these servers are really bad. You know how hard it is to make 1.21 work on this server? I have a very similar opinion with Rail. My only difference is that they get paid to do this stuff and they shouldn't be praised for doing the bare minimum. But I do agree that the fact that the change for 1.21 is beneficial for the server. I don't think we should be praising people for doing their jobs for the bare minimum. That's kind of like weird. Like, these guys are getting paid hella bread to do this. Like, there's no reason to even be praising anybody for it. I think it is very good for the server, and I think that the potential output for future updates is definitely going to be higher. However, you shouldn't be praising a server just for doing its job. They should have realistically done this years ago. If I was like HYPIXEL, I would have just made it so 1.8.9 doesn't even fucking exist. I don't know how that would work, but just force everybody to play 1.21. I'm arguing why it's not nothing. Yeah, it's not nothing. No face cam today. It's impressive? Yes, it is impressive, but it's the bare minimum for what they're paid. Saying anything positive isn't praising. I think you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is like bare minimum for what they are being paid to do. Like this, it's like, yay, you did it, but like you should have done this a while ago. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a dev, so I have no credibility on this topic. However, in my opinion, it feels like they could have definitely done this like years ago. However, like I said, I'm not a dev, but you are being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. You should know how to do this. It's not what I mean. Well, I'm also a manipulator. Nah, I genuinely was using that, like, for sure. Don't say job. It is. I'm saying job because that's what it is. They're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars between them, at least, and at least $100,000 per. It's definitely a 100-figure job. Like, there's no reason. Like, devs is one of the highest paid positions in Skyblock. You know, like, Time Dio's getting pennies and dimes probably compared to the devs. $100 figures, I'm sure. Yeah. But Time Dio's not a dev, which is, he's not getting paid as much as the devs are. For sure. There's no way. And if he is, he shouldn't. He does fucking nothing compared to what they do. I don't mean that as in, like, a way of, like, roasting him or anything, but compared to what he does, like, he does fucking nothing. Time Dio is cool, that's meaningless. I could be a cool guy, but do nothing for the team. Like, why would I pay you? Why would I pay you anything for being good? And how, like, society works in a way of your labor is what you get paid. Like, I could be the nicest fucking person on the planet. That doesn't mean anything. HYPIXEL makes way more money. You gotta understand. All in all, HYPIXEL is a multi-million-dollar server. They should have been done with this stuff. Like, they've specialized in it. Like, in this, this shit should be done. There's no reason it shouldn't be done. I guess I just don't get a mine shaft. Awesome. And honestly, if they could just keep their domain and delete the server to just make people force people to play 1.21, like, that would be so much better. They just added MVP++ improvements for Skyblock, so they're gonna make even more now. Yeah, I guess. Realistically, if I was a HYPIXEL, like, dev, or if I was HYPIXEL himself, I would straight up delete every game mode besides Skyblock. Or I would make another server for Skyblock and have, like, like, genuinely. Just been ego? Yeah, I'm egoing you because you're adding nothing relevant to the conversation. Bed Wars lobbies? Like I said, leave HYPIXEL like HYPIXEL. Deadass, make Skyblock skyblock.com, or, like, make it like skyblock.com for a server, and just let it be that. And transferring the data might suck from a dev perspective, though. I don't know how hard that would be. But I mean, they've done that before with the alpha. I don't know how they wouldn't be able to do that. I guess because they're coded the same way. I don't know if they could just copy all the code over. Why is 1.8.9 bad? It limits what you can do in Skyblock and content-wise. That's the whole reason they add that, like, 1.21 is, like, so important. Would you remove something? You make... Okay, so you're telling me they're making money off of Smash Heroes? But yeah, they should get European servers, but I don't think that's a big priority at the moment. In fact, I don't think that would add any relevant... Why do people play on it? What do you mean? It's 1.8.9 is better for gemstones. People play on it because they're like, I'm number one in saying this because I believe it. People are comfortable. People are comfortable with it. I used to play Smash Heroes. It is ass. We're not playing this anymore. European servers would not add anything to the game for more players. They need to be focused on getting more players before adding European servers. Like, what? Yes, all future updates are probably going to be 1.21, unless it's, like, easily coded in 1.8.9. Literally the only game modes that are relevant are Build Battle and Bed Wars, which could all be on one server. They could deadass just make HYPIXEL, keep HYPIXEL, and then just make a dedicated Skyblock server, and that would be so much better. However, I don't know how that would work. I'm not a game dev, so I'm not going to put any more input on that. But I think that would be a better decision. But the only reason why that wouldn't work is because of ranks and stuff like that. Ranks would fuck everything over. But numbers, that's just not. Like, if they want more players, that's the best way to do it. I'm gonna be honest. If they want more people to play the game, that's the best way to do it. Ranks wouldn't be a problem at all. You gotta understand what I mean by this. Ranks wouldn't be the problem. It's more of the problem of what you get from the ranks. Transferring the rank over would not be difficult. I'm saying you are losing so many perks for being for ranks. Now, I guess they could make it so the rank is used in both the HYPIXEL server and the Skyblock server, but I wouldn't know how that would work. 1.8.9 is not better for mining. It's only better for mining gemstones. Increases people joining and all, but all the other game modes are shit. They're all fucking trash. Nobody wants to try any of that shit out. It all fucking sucks. Why limit yourself when you have an ultimate game mode? When you have an ultimate game mode like Skyblock, why the fuck would you limit yourself? Nobody's playing all the other shit ass games, bro. I'm sorry. Like, that shit sucks. I like playing zombies, yeah. Like I said, they can keep a smaller dedicated server for like HYPIXEL, like mini games, maybe like 10,000 player cap, and like people can do that. People can do that if they want. But I guarantee you, okay, fuck, let's go look. For the game modes that matter, Bed Wars has 3,000, and Build Battle has 532. With all the other meaningless servers added together, that's probably less than 10,000, right? So fuck all of that bullshit. And just put that on one server. This is prime time hours right now, pretty much. Okay, maybe 3 would be prime time hours, but thoughts on Hytale? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Hytale. I don't care. It's a different game. If it's relevant, it's relevant. I'll play it, but for now, I have no reasons I'm playing it. Skywars is dead, yeah. Save the money on servers. But you would also be losing, or they wouldn't be losing as much money on servers because it would be capped. I think they really need it. Like, it's an investment, right? It's an investment. They already invest. If Hytale works out, they definitely should do it. But it's an investment, right? I think they should go all in on Skyblock. I think they should have gone all in on Skyblock years ago. Fuck all this other bullshit that nobody's playing. And if they are playing it, it's because they're e-dating in a fucking Bed Wars lobby. Like, nobody's playing this bullshit. Just make the game Skyblock. No, I don't. Actually, I don't use Toggle Sneak. Really, they should just make L opinion? Okay, bro. That's why it's an opinion. You can disagree to agree, but Skyblock is the most thing that makes them money and the only thing that matters. What's up, Swift? You're being a bit biased. I don't know how when the numbers literally prove it. When Skyblock is 150% more popular than everything else on the server. There's people who like the other minigames, which is why I stated earlier that they can have a dedicated server with 10,000 player cap for the other minigames. Which would cost significantly less than having, however, what's the player cap here? 200,000. Skyblock should be its own server? Yep. It should be. There's no reason it shouldn't be. When Skyblock has 14k players and their best other game mode has 3.4k players. Like, what? Should add servers for other regions? They shouldn't. They should eventually, but that should not be the top priority. Should not be the top priority at all. Asian ping would be like some type of gemstone, probably like Jasper mining. Focus on elevating the player count. Right now, the only people playing Skyblock... Do you know the server's not operating at maximum capacity? Look, my main argument is the fact that Skyblock is their biggest capital resource. Skyblock should be important. It's the most important thing they have, and they should be focused on it. There is no reason they shouldn't be. The only people playing Skyblock right now, what Natan said, is the addicts, the people who were playing probably since 2020. There is new players. You're right, Nexus, because people will begin to realize that the other game modes are not fun anyway. That's my whole point. My whole point is that Skyblock makes this entire server what it is right now. That's literally my whole point. Yeah, I made a video about that a while ago. I agree. I've been playing Skyblock since it came out. Like, first it was Bed Wars. I mean, the thing is, Bed Wars was a minigame. Skyblock is not a minigame. There's no difference between Skyblock being on a different server and what we have now. I mean more of, like, the way it's laid out. Like, you might be right with how the servers work, but I'm meaning more in a way of, like, how it's saying the other games aren't fun. I don't mean aren't. Okay, that is true. I did say that, and I apologize for being incorrect with what I was stating. I'm stating as a fact is that the main reason that people are playing the other game modes may be because, this is one of the potential reasons, because of the fact that Skyblock is here in the first place. Look, they're wasting precious resources that they could be, like, using on Skyblock, developing updates for other minigames that aren't as popular. Skyblock carries the server, as Swift states. Bed Wars does a good portion, but is not as successful as Skyblock. While there is a good amount of people playing Bed Wars, and the fact that probably not all of those people are actually playing Bed Wars, they're just sitting in the lobbies. You misunderstood me. I took that back. I literally said I apologize for saying that. Skyblock would probably be dead if like, or HYPIXEL would be dead if Skyblock wasn't in the server. All I'm saying is that Skyblock is a top capital resource, and the fact that they are not going all in on it is disappointing, in my opinion. That is all I'm saying. I think more updates for Skyblock will get delayed. No, because Hytale has its own dedicated team. Skyblock is a multi-million-dollar business opportunity that is being held back by developers being put into other games that are meaningless in comparison to Skyblock. And that's just a fact. And if you disagree, then you're wrong. What's the difference? To your point there, Nexus, my argument is the fact that they shouldn't be putting resources in games that are not as popular. That's my argument to what you just said. Why put resources in any of those games? It's a Minecraft server, not a Skyblock server. Exactly. It should be... They have different teams for different game modes? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why waste the resources on the other game modes? Why not put all of the developers on Skyblock? That's what I'm trying to say. Skyblock is your leading game. You know how they did the Stranded update where they're like, we'll drop one last legacy update? That's probably what they should do for every game mode other than Skyblock. Like, there's no reason to keep putting development funds into that. Make one cool final legacy update for all of those or something like that, and then just move on. because it just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I really do. In a term of in a business perspective, there's no reason to keep those other game modes running. Different people have different speciality. Let them go. Let them go. If they can't adapt, then they should be let go. That's just how it is. Like, that's the cruel world of business. Yeah, Mini Clun's gonna make a shit ton of money off of Hytale. He's not gonna come back. Yeah, like, you should not be nice to the developers. Like, if you can't adapt to making Skyblock Minecraft updates to make $100,000 a year, you should not be working there. You should not be getting paid. Simon needs more money, then cut the employees that do nothing on Hypixel. Other MMOs use subscriptions. That's just a terrible take. That we have cookies, we have rank updates, we have fire sales. That's a horrible take. We have gems. There's so many ways to support this server. That's a terrible take. I'm sorry. That is an awful take. That is a beyond terrible take. You have a max setup, basically, yes. They don't make nearly as much money. Brother, I think you need a reality check if you don't think they're making money. Or sister. You need a serious reality check if you think the server's not making any money. Very American opinion. There's a reason why we're the most business-orientated, like, country in the world. It's just how most Americans are. There's no sympathy in America. Nobody, like, caters towards you. That's not how it works. So now Simon said he would pay 25 mil out of his pocket for Hytale. Exactly. Like, where would he have gotten 25 mil from? Probably his fucking business. He clearly thinks that Hytale is an investment. I know Facecam today, I just don't want it on today. Hytale does seem fun. It might be fun, but I don't think it's going to be $25 million fun. It could be, but I don't think it's going to make them $25 million. Maybe over 20 years. I just don't think so. In reality, they should say fuck Hytale and just make Skyblock its own game mode on a different game engine so they can just update whatever the fuck they want. We've had 2 Jasper Shafts. Probably sell it when it's fully developed. He might sell some, like, stake in the company. Hytale is basically that. Yes, it's basically that, but, like, there's no reason to keep Hypixel running at that point. Don't fuck with the art style? Yeah, I don't either. Which is why I'm a big Hytale hater, because I believe fully that it's gonna fail. I'm an active believer that I think it's gonna fail. I'm gonna throw spawn for hours. Why would you do that? I'm probably in the minority. Yeah, I just don't really think so. How do you think they can make Skyblock better? Well, firstly, I'm firing everybody that is not on the like Skyblock team, or I'm not firing them. I mean, they either have a choice to develop Skyblock or get fired. Skyblock becomes the main like Hypixel thing, and then like just fully release updates. Like they have plenty of money with the cut costs. They should be able to like advertise the server better. Is there a reason? I just don't like crystals. They need to advertise the server better. And what Duralius states, What Duralius stated yesterday was the fact that they need to make the early game easier and more fun for new players because most new players are not finding it fun. Most new players are not finding the early game fun. So they need to make the early game more engaging by either... Because honestly, if we're going to the hub, Duralius talked about this yesterday, so I'm going to go over it again. If you go into this hub, I'm a new player. I am a new player. I'm coming around. What the fuck do I do? This is the first thing I've seen. I'm automatically overwhelmed, confused, and don't know what the fuck to do. What the... Like, what am I going to do here? Like, oh, I'm going to mine wheat. Like, bro. Make a tutorial island. We were talking about how they need like an old school RuneScape tutorial island. Make a quest line. Yeah, the fact that the cosmetic building is right here. Like, bro, come on. Like, seriously? It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just awful. It's so bad. End game is bad. Early game is bad. Early game is terrible. That was an L take? What? Early game is terrible? Early game is only fun when you've played the game before. And if you disagree, you're lying. I'm sorry. You're fucking lying. If you have no idea how to play the game and you try to play early game, you won't know what to do. So don't say early game is good when you literally don't know what you're doing. How about a quest to escape your island to get to the hub? That's so rage bait. Dude, you guys are so dumb. Why do we all play? Most people started playing because other YouTubers, bro, who have played the game for them. Like, if you watch Technoblade's first video, you automatically know how to play the game, pretty much. Like, if you watched that Techno video on how to go to the deep mines, you automatically knew what you were doing and how to play the game. You're like, oh, I do this and go to the deep mines, or the deep caverns. Because of YouTubers. Exactly. The game should not be forcing you to watch YouTubers to play it. We were talking about that yesterday, too. Like, you should not have to watch me to know how to mine. You should not have to watch... You know, anybody else. You shouldn't have to watch fucking CandyPad to do Diana. Just because you didn't enjoy the early game, you don't have to spread hate. I like the early game. Because I've done it a billion times. I know what to do. I genuinely like the early game. But Billy Bob Joe over here has never played the server and doesn't want to watch a YouTuber play, doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. That's the problem. It's not that I have an L take and the early game's bad. The early game's good, but to a new player, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Billy Bob Joe is acoustic. Bro, they're acoustic in your opinion, obviously in air quotes. That is not rude. That's a rude term. Because you think that they know what you know. And if you didn't know what you knew, then you wouldn't be saying that at all. That's a bias and predatory take. Mine and lights, yeah. LRJ2, about right. Yeah, they just need a better... Early game now is just as good, if not worse, than doing it for the first time. Okay, Swift, how did you get introduced to Skyblock? What did you do? Did you straight up play it? Because I don't know if I believe that. Rift was more interactive. I think everything needs to be more interactive. What's up, Icelord? I straight up played it. You didn't watch any YouTube videos at all. And you straight up learned every single thing by yourself. Don't lie. Be serious. Because I know you're lying. L Rage Bait? It is L Rage Bait. My friend told me to play it together, and we played it together. Did your friend progress any means in the game? Because I still don't know if I believe you. I'm sorry. I'm not falling for your rage bait at the moment. You mine on a new profile. I hit 5 build net and a max mining setup in 80 hours playtime. Yep. Simple as that. Someone told you something. Exactly. As a new player, I'm going into the game confused. And I'm seeing this from a non-biased perspective as a normal human being who had just played the game without watching a single YouTube video, watching a single guide, going on the forums, or anything, any wikis, anything. This is a bugged mineshaft. That should not be here. That's weird. Why is that there? What's wrong with confusing? Look, confusing leads to overcomplication, which leads to people leaving because it's boring. One of my best friends I told to play the game, he got bored in 5 seconds because he didn't know what to do. And he was like, I'm not playing this. And then we went and played fucking Call of Duty or some shit. So, it's just not a good take to say that the early game's good. It's bad. Yeah. Yeah, if anything, they just need to... They need to just do something, like, with how the early game progression works. Is it vanilla Minecraft like that, too? Yes, vanilla Minecraft is, in a way, like that. But the thing is, it's designed to do that. An MMO has unique, like, things that are unoriented. You would have no idea how to figure them out. The thing is, Minecraft is deadass literally a sandbox. It's intended to be that way. An MMO is not intended to be that way. Oh, fuck! An MMO is intended to be, like, somewhat hands-off, but, like, still tell you how to play the game, like, to get a start. Like, if you look at old school RuneScape, for example, it at least shows you, like, somewhat what to do, in a way. W rage bait? For real, bro. I gotta do my chin tucks. I gotta unspike my cortisol. Show your face? No. I'm about to end, I'm pretty sure. Just paste a beginner link? No, bro. And then you're gonna get muted. Souls games are completely different. Like, you gotta understand here. There's multiple different types of games. And you can't just say most games and then say Souls games, bro. It's not like that. It's Hypixel and MMORPG, yes. Are you going to college? Yes, I'm in college. Look. HYPIXEL SKYBLOCK is one of those games where you have to handhold a little bit at the beginning to keep a player wanting to play the game. Can you really make 40 mil from Mineshaft, or is it just thumbnails? I don't even have anything in my thumbnail that says I make that amount of money, but yes, I would make 40 mil. Everybody's chat mining today. I And this guy's even taken this one, and this is like my secret one. Time is it? Doing my cardio, watching me. You're about to not be, because I'm gonna do 2 more pities and end stream. I've spiked my cortisol too much this stream. I don't know what that is. So I made this stream anyway. It's been an hour 40 and we've only made 70 mil. And we made the first we made the first 70 in the first hour. Or the first 60 in the first hour. Because I've been fucking around for the last 30 minutes. Love how much they picked up on the updates this year. My only problem is there are very small content updates that are designed to prolong endgame players to play the game for just a little bit longer, just so they can add another update that's similar to that style, where they just want to prolong you just a little bit longer, instead of making meaningful content that will make you actively play the game more. Which I think is what they're going to try to do with, like, the next foraging update, but I'm not really sure. Gems, Attribute was a big one. Attribute was just them literally tossing up ideas they already had from previous, like, attributes and just putting it into an item. I don't really think that was a big thing. But I honestly didn't really like the attribute update. I think a lot of people like it. It wasn't for me, but I understand why people like it, and I understand that it's important for the game. It's just not something for me. You gotta stop catering to the endgame players. I really think we need to go a year with just no endgame updates. Like, you know, add some early game, or at least like 6 months, just fucking fixing the early game instead of like 6 months. Just give me 6 and just fix the early game. I don't care about the mid game. Fix the early game a lot. Polish the fuck out of the, like, early game. Polish it. Like, make it great. Instead of trying to, like, fix everything else. By doing that, it just allows people to branch into whatever mid-game stuff they want to do. Instead of, like, focusing on the end-game player. And the end-game players are still getting content because the early-game stuff is being updated. So, I mean, you gotta sacrifice some of it. Because the end-game players are gonna play, like, literally no matter what. You got fucking Candy Pat. You're not an OG shafter. I'm not an OG shafter. I'm just... It's like I'm the Gojo of shafting. But anyway. Holy Aura loss. That was just the best comparison I can make. It literally just kind of makes sense. Yeah, they have to polish the chapters update a lot. They really do need to polish that shit. Making it too simple can be bad. It really could hurt the game if they make it too simple. It's an issue that I'm kind of concerned for. I think they need a minions overhaul update. What I would like to see for the next 4 updates would be a complete hub rework, a minion overhaul update, a lot of collection changes, and yeah, just polishing those early game islands like Deep Caverns, Mushroom Desert, stuff like that. More pets, yeah, I guess. I don't really think I would focus on that though. Alchemy update would help, but not much. It would definitely help though. But you're just adding more, like, content that's gonna be probably min-maxed in like an hour. No more G-Drag carry. They fucked themselves with the pets. They really have fucked themselves. I don't know why they would have ever added a pet like that. Because the thing is, the reason why they added the G-Drag, I'm just gonna be honest, is because of longevity. the fact that they probably didn't think that the game would go as far as it did. So when they added the G-Drag, they were like, this will be the best pet, and it's going to be the best pet. My only way of thinking that they could fix this is by adding more and making the G-Drag harder to get. I genuinely think that they should, like, make it harder to get. They could add a level 300, but then that would mean nothing. It would mean nothing. They should add, make it harder to level up. They could do that. I just want them to let them hear you. Nah, like, I'm being so for real. They should make it way harder to obtain. I don't think the G-Drag should be as easy as it should be. I think the J-Dragon should be worth 100 million coins, and I think the G-Drag should be worth exponentially more. Just a price increase. I mean, like, materials and everything. I think that I think it should be moved out of the Crystal Hollows. I'm thinking like a new area. I'm thinking like you need to defeat like a certain boss or something. Like, you needed to go through an area. Like, more like an MMO kind of thing. Make it rarer, yeah. Not even rarer. Just make it more difficult to get. Because the thing is with Hypixel is its way of doing dungeons, soulbound, that would be meaningless. But I mean, it might be better for like auction prices. Or like decreasing the amount of money flow in the game. But that's about it. The only problem with Skyblock is the way that it's set up is it's harder to be an MMO because the dungeons are like how do I put this? Like the gear progression is so bad, like genuinely bad. Because I think that gear should be worth more. Like, there's no reason you should be going from, like, another thing is, like, there's no reason you should just be able to do a floor 1. The only problem with Skyblock, there's a couple problems, but I'm just over-exaggerating. There's no reason I should just be able to buy a frozen scythe in a dungeon, or before a dungeon on floor 1 and just stomp it. There's, like, I don't get that. I feel like the way that the gear progression works for dungeons is weird. And just in general as well. It feels like everything is its own. That's the biggest problem, is these updates were correlated to be, like, not with each other. It feels like all of these different things are not in the same... They're not tied together like they should be. They're so badly, like, weaved together. Like, it's awful. Like, the fact that they're not weaved together. I think a big problem is the fact that they just need to make everything weave together in a coherent way to make it, like, more, like, impactful or something. Because I look at Slayers as each a completely different beast. Like, Slayers feel, like, so different from each other. And you could say the same thing about dungeons. Like, these are all separate beasts with no correlate. Like, I know that's kind of what the importance. I feel like these are useless to me. Like, Rev, you have Warden Helmet, which is situational. The only good weapon out of all of this, you have the SOS, and you have the Terminator. Maybe the Overflux, but every other Primordial Belt. Every other item is meaningless outside of their specific Slayer niche. Like, what's the point of having any of them? Does that make sense? Do you guys trying to see what I'm trying to say here? And the same thing for dungeons as well. SBXP, I don't really like SBXP. I don't like the idea of SBXP. I think that's also kind of weird. I think SBXP is just a cope mechanism that the admins use to make people play the game. My computer specs. There you go. More health. Okay. It gives stats. Like I said, it's just a cope mechanism to make them, like, go for this. Like, why would, like, it's me giving you some sort of incentive to give you stats, but in reality, it's just to make people play their game longer. Which kind of makes sense. Yeah, at the end of the day, SBXE is useless. The fact that it exists is to only give you micro stats that are probably meaningless. Rev gets mending. I mean more specifically for the items. The health adds up, I mean, I guess. More specifically for the items. I guess the perks are okay. But the larger scheme of what I'm trying to say is, like, they need to weave all of this stuff together. Candy Patch should invite you for a podcast. I don't think he's going to do that anymore, but I would love to. Just stop coping? What do you mean stop coping? I'm fine with you, like, telling me why I'm wrong. But just saying I'm coping doesn't mean anything. Okay. Awesome. I would love to hop in a call with anybody, Duralius, or... I mean, I probably could talk with Duralius. But people don't like that kind of content. At least for Skyblock. It's good for streams, though. Yeah, the hypermax items from each Slayer boss are the only things you can use. Cool. Awesome. Atom Split? What use does Atom Split have outside of Enderman? Other than Zealots. The problem with Skyblock, one of the many problems, is the fact that each update was made, like, the first 2 years worth of updates are nothing similar to the next 2 years, and so on and so forth. Ferocity? Yeah, but you cap ferocity at a certain point. You have enough stats to cap it. It wouldn't matter. Used for endstone protectors? Oh no, a super hyper niche part of the game that's literally not even important and not a challenge and useless. Awesome. Slayers are fun. It's fun when you have hypermax gear at the end of the game to make a bunch of money. But as a player, an active player, like, it's different. Mosquito Shortbow is not better than Juju anymore. This game is just weaved through a thread. Die grinding is not even a main thing for anybody. Like, what? Can I borrow 50 mil? No. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Willie. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. More of the items should be usable outside of what they're used. You'd be surprised how many people die grind. If dies were worth no coins, nobody would do it. I mean, it's just an auction thing. It's not, it doesn't give you any rewards. It's literally for money, which makes sense. Like, obviously. Some people do it to collect, but the only people who are doing it to collect are the people who are at the end of the game. Pretty much. Most die grinders are Iron Man. Okay, but what? Why? Like, I mean, I guess, but that's just kind of silly. Squid doing Iron Man dies. The fact that Squid is doing something so inherently boring and then complaining about content being boring is actually insane. That is actually crazy that I even heard that. Do do stats of a second drill for blue cheese omelet matter? Can it just be any drill? It can be any drill. That is the biggest cope I've ever heard. What? De-Iron Manning started today. There was a bug that made people de-Iron Man faster, I'm pretty sure. Squid counts fire sale, dies as dies he dropped. Yeah, bro dropped his credit card. Also W macroer. What are you doing, bud? Or did the server crash? Nope, the server crashed. That's a great way to end the stream. Oh, no, it didn't. I'm just silly. My buddy de-ironed on his level 4 80 Iron Man. I've never seen more of a bigger, like, idiot in my entire life. What was the point of working towards all of that? That's so silly and dumb. Like, genuinely, I can't comprehend something so stupid. Like, I don't really like Iron Man players, but the fact that you have grinded 480 levels on an Iron Man profile to just get rid of that entirely is just beyond me. That is insane. Alright, well, as I'm getting punctured in the ass here, I'm going to end the stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.